go home. Where's this music coming from? Someone turn it off right now. You back there, Afro, don't make me come back there. Turn this music off right now. That's better, isn't it?
Without his lifting a finger.
He was here, we just saw it.
You thought you saw him here and there and everywhere. But this island's a beast and she'll swallow you up. And that lad's smarter than all of you mixed together in thin broth.
There he is over here, let's get him! Before he gets away!
Treasure, get him! Treasure! Treasure!
Get out, hurry. We's out of the woods, we's out of the woods. Except we're still in the woods now, ain't we?
Who are you?
Ben-Gun, says I, poor Ben-Gun. And I ain't spoken with a Christian these 3 long years. Or is it 4, says I. Can't tell. Mighty hard, mighty hard.
Were you shipwrecked?
Shipwrecked? Nay, not I. I was marooned.
Marooned?
Put ashore, abandoned by a crew of pirates. And I lived all these years on goats and berries and oysters. And I'll tell you a secret. I was plenty sick of goats and berries and oysters. Have an oyster?
Yeah, no thank you.
Tell you what I really want is a piece of cheese. Has you got any on you?
No, I'm sorry.
Cheese, that was my favorite. See, a little roasted, toasted cheesy. Like me mother used to make when I was all tucked up in me little bed at home. Oh, she was a good soul, me mother. And she loved me, she did. But look at me now. I've been a disappointment, ain't I? That I have. And all I want is a piece of cheese.
I'm sorry for your hardship, sir, but I'm sure there's plenty of cheese on the ship that I came on, the one out there.
And you give me some?
Yeah? That is, if I ever get back to it.
Cheese! Ah, he's rich! Oh, you're a mighty good lad, says I. A fine lad, a magnificent lad. But what's your name?
Jim Hawkins.
Jim Hawkins? Howdy do, Jim Hawkins. Glad to make your acquaintance. And I'll tell you this. You'll bless your stars that it was you that found me and was kind to me. Shall I tell you why? Eh? Ha-ha, 'cause I was rich, lad. Rich as the kings and queens of Europe ever dreamed of being. Amen, and God be with you. And I built a little boat, you see. A magnificent boat, fit for a king. And I hid it under the white rock. Riches on the billy goat sail. Pull you to the ground if you don't stand still. Wait! That ain't Flint's ship out there, is it?
No, sir. Flint's dead, or so they say. But a few of Flint's hands got on board of us, and they mutinied to get a map. Now, I and others who are still loyal to the captain are on the run.
Ah, you're in a clove pitch now, ain't you? Well, you just put your trust in old Ben-Gun. Ben-Gun's the one to save you, says I. But tell me, Jim, do you think your captain dear would go and help a poor maroon if that maroon goes and helps the captain?
Yeah, I would think it likely.
To the tune of a passage home?
Yeah, I can promise you that.
Guys, free, we'll make for the sea and away from the tree, for a small fee on me mother's knee. Now, I'll tell you a story and I'll tell you no more. I were on Flint's ship the night the treasure was buried. You see, he orders his first mate, Long John Silver, to do it, and takes 6 of us with him to do the work. And he says to Silver, "You kill him afterwards, leaving no witnesses who could point the way." And Silver says, "Aye, aye, sir, aye, aye," says he. "I'll kill him."
Wait. Why does Silver need the map if he's the one that buried the treasure?
Because, in case you hadn't noticed, it's a jungle out there, with vines and trees and holes and caverns, and it looks the same to every living soul. All the same to Ben-Gun, that is. All the same except to Ben, who only wants a piece of cheese. That's all I want. That's all I want.
I'm sorry.
Oh, just look at you, the spitting image of your darling father.
My father?
Peter Hawkins. Now don't tell me he ain't your father. He used to talk about you night and day like he was the greatest living creature ever made by God.
Wait, you knew my father?
I did. We were mates on the ship.
Wait, what ship? My father never went to sea. He died in London.
That's probably Silver's doing, I'll say. You see, Flint was about to sail, but he needed a cook. since Silver was now old Flint's first mate, and Silver made a friend to your father in London town. So he says to your father, come along. But your father says, nope, not me. I ain't a-going. So Silver grabs him and hits him on the head. And your father wakes up staring at Orion's belt in the night sky over Bobbin's ship.
Wait, but I got a letter saying that he died in London.
That also be Silver's doing all right, Jerry. He always was a dab hand at tying up the package. Only, I'm sorry to say that your father was one of the 6 of us who was told to bury the treasure.
So then he went and...
What was that?
Wait!
They're coming!
Hold on, wait!
No,
you
no,
need to tell me more about my father!
Jim? Jim, is that you?
Oh, Captain Smollett!
Oh, thank God, we were worried sick.
Wait, where are the others?
They're in the stockade. I was just trying to get supplies from the boat, but someone tried to spot me.
Wait a minute, where's Ben?
Who?
Ben Gunn, he was just here, a man from the jungle.
Jim, we have to hurry.
No, I must meet up with Ben. He has news of my father.
Do you still have the map?
Yes, I have it right here, but I must meet back up with Ben.
Not now, though. Come on.
No, just go to the stockade. I'll meet you there, all right? Just go!
Here he is, through the trees, boys. Let's get him. Get him! Just get the map.
Well, let him escape!
Just don't let him get to the stockade!
I ran through the dense woods in hopes of finding Ben Gunn and learning more about my father. But the more I searched, the more lost I became. I was searching for hours in hopes of finding Ben Gunn, but it became night, and I happened to have fallen asleep. The next day, I had awoken to a gunshot, and to my astonishment, I was on a cliff a mere 100 yards from the stockade. Although I was out of view, I could see and hear everything that's transpiring below me.
Flag of truce, flag of truce. Captain Silver to come aboard and make terms.
Captain Silver. Never heard of him. Do you honestly give yourself such a promotion so easily?
Not I, sir. But the poor lads in me crew chose me as captain after your desertion.
Desertion.
Well, you left the ship, did you not? And what were my poor boys supposed to do then? It's in their nature to crave leadership. It's how they're constituted. And you wouldn't deny them their nature, would you? That would be cruelty. Now shall we have a parley?
Come on, the men will hold their fire. You have my word.
And your so be it is good enough for me. One gentleman to another. Now shall we get inside where I can sit myself down and get off this excuse for a leg?
No, you'll stay out here. If you please to be an honest man, you could have been sitting in your own galley. You're either my ship's quick and treated handsomely, or Captain Silver, come a mutineer and pirate. Now state your terms.
My terms is we want the treasure and we'll have it. And you'll just as soon save your neck. So I believe we have the makings of a bargain.
Go on.
We believe you have the treasure map and where the treasure on this island is located.
That may be.
Well, it's my property and I want it
I
back.
thought it was Flint's map.
Well, I'm the captain now, so it's mine by
Oh,
law.
what law is that?
The law of right and wrong, or haven't you heard? Why, I have to be careful surrounding myself with people like you. I may have me morals corrupted. Now listen here, Captain. I'm a peaceful man by heart, and a Quaker by nature. All I crave is the piping time of peace, as the poet says.
Oh, I know exactly what you crave, what you meant to do, but I don't care, because now you're out of luck.
And that's as may be. But hear me real terms. You'll give us the map, and once you do, I'll give you 2 options. One, once all the treasure is on board, you come aboard with us, and I'll promise that I'll clap you somewhere safe ashore. Or, if that's not to your fancy, I'll give you me affidavit that I'll send the first ship I find back to come get you. A better deal than that you won't find.
Is that all?
Every word. Refuse it and you've seen nothing from me but musket balls.
It's quite an offer. Now here's mine. If you'll come up one by one, unarmed, no tricks, I'll engage to clap you all in irons and take you back to England for a fair trial. If you don't, then we've got to put a bullet in your back next time we meet!
We'll see who takes the bullet, Captain. Jim lad, listen up. I know you're in there. You're too smart to pick the losing side. We'll be waiting for you at the camp. We're mates, Lime. Don't you forget it.
Get out!
Fine then. But you better get ready, because I'll be back in the grinding of a tooth, and the ones that die will be the lucky ones.
After hearing Silver's words and watching him stomp back to his camp for a hurried conference, I knew the only place for me was beside my friends.
Oh, Jim, thank God you're all right. There's the boy.
Thank you, and you, sir?
That Silver got you.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Get ready, boys, and we'll attack him from the front!
Check your powder and spread out. I'm giving yours here, George Mary.
Let's see, keep going, keep as you can.
Well, forgive me if I'm a tad nervous knowing that there's 20 cutthroat pirates out there to get me.
Sir, I think the attack can happen at any moment now.
Well, why do you think I'm sweating all my guts out over this powder and everything? Good God!
Give me a rifle!
For God's sake, stay low.
Make your shots count. We're low on musket balls. Keep firing.
Captain!
Nice shot.
It's fine, she's a bullet. Go back. Go back.
Look, they've stopped coming.
Thank God for that. You think we finish them off?
Impossible, they're just regrouping.
I'd like to return them into small pieces.
Hey, sir, I think we're starting to run out of powder now.
You think we have a chance against them?
The Duke and Mida, one of us against this ship and head neighborhood. We drove to the north inlet. Of course, they chased us all away.
Well, I'd like to chase them to Kingdom Come.
Hit them down, you swabs. Don't hang back. Keep the pressure up.
Sir, the ammunition's almost gone.
And so's the powder.
And do you know what I say to that? Huh? I say it's Providence. The divine hand ensuring we all act like men of the first water and stick together. Everyone, show me your color and scale that wall!
Sir, the crew wants you to go first.
That I will, Master Death. That I will. Everyone, put your guns back and get your swords out now!
Jim, where are you going?
I'll be back, I promise! Fear not, ladies and gentlemen.
Or sheer impulse. I remember a boat that Ben had spoken of that he had crafted fit for a king that lied underneath the white rock. I ran across the shore like a madman. And there it was, I found it. The boat, the carousel. I leapt into it and began paddling ferociously towards the Hispaniola. I remember Captain Swan said that if one of us were able to cut the anchor off the ship, that we might be saved. That was my mission.
Sixes. Eights. I started weighing things out on the same ship. Wouldn't you or you feel the same if you were in my position? And it doesn't help that I'm on a ship with him. I didn't win last hand, but don't worry. I got this one. Let me see them passports. Deal. 2, 3. I got a beat. See that? Should've seen what's coming. 8s. 9s. Hold it! I said you're cheating.
Of course I am cheating. This is relaxation. I'm prior. I cheat for a living.
Roll up your sleeve.
No.
Roll it up, I say. I said you're a cheater and I want to look.
And I said you're a box about loser and you ain't seen nothing.
Give me an arm.
No!
Give me!
No!
You're a cheater! You're a liar! Ah!
Hands? Mr. Hands? What's wrong? O'Brien is dead.
I know. I killed him.
Well, why?
He's too good at cards.
Are you much hurt?
That doctor was bored. I'd be right enough. But I had no luck. That's what's the matter with me. It's destroying me life. God's blood. You sliced the bleeding hawser, didn't you?
And what if I did?
You brainless slumber we could drift out to sea.
I doubt that highly. Captain Swan says that we'll drift to the North Inlet.
Maybe yes and maybe no. But you'll get there faster if you sail it yourself now, won't you? So I got a proposition to make.
I'm listening.
You fetch me something to eat, make it quick, and I'll teach you how to sail on the shore like a man.
To the North Inlet?
What do I care where you put her? There's no choice now, has I? Do we have a bargain?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now climb to the wheel and release the lock. Good. Now give her a spin to starboard. You see how the topsail's filling up? Like the belly of a woman busting out the yelp? That's what you want.
So you want to leave her now for a while and I want to be grub?
Why? There's food right over there.
Well, I can't move now, can I? And I want some wine. That brandy's too strong. And I want some beef and biscuits. You'll have to go below. Now that's our bargain.
Fine. You'll get what I can find quickly and nothing more.
I got him fooled. He thinks I couldn't have gotten food myself?
Alright, I found you some cheese and crackers. It's a cheese.
You like cheese, do you?
It would appear so now, wouldn't it? But things aren't always as they appear to be. Now, are they?
You need to get back to the toner and hold fast. You see them stairs? The officers are pretty quick on man.
What for?
Because if they're too tight, the cells don't shift. I'll run myself, but can't take a walk with a blasted wound in mine now, can I? It's keeping me from moving at all. Ha!
Get back, hands, don't take another step! You come closer, I'll blow your brains out. Don't try me, I swear to heaven I'll do it!
Wet from the sea, lover! Ha! I'm coming after you, boy!
Come on,
You'll never make it!
Knowing that I killed a man, I began to feel faint, and even more terrified when the threat had first been upon me. Knowing that I was defending myself in a man's world, it felt as if I had changed somehow, like I had leapt over a fence from a field of flowers to a dark and overgrown forest of some sort. It was around this time that the Hispaniola would arrive at the North Inlet. I made it to shore without much difficulty, and I walked to the stockade where I'd meet up with my friends. Hello? Hello? Is anyone here? What the? Whoa!
Well, well. So you've decided to join us, have you? No, I see that as friendly. I do.
Pray neighborly, I say.
Where are my friends?
Now that's a fair question, and it deserves a fair answer. And you know I've always liked you, Jim. As a lad of spirit and a mirror image of me own self when I was younger and more innocent. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, nor dreamed that any did.
Where are my friends?
They came to us last evening under a flag of truce. Captain Silver, says the doctor, you're sold out. You're out of stores, your men are dying from the climate, and your ship is gone. Gone, says I, and I turn back and, well, it ain't to be seen. It's a sea of glass out there without a wrinkle in it. So we bargained, giving them all this luxury in exchange for their freedom. I'm pained to tell you, though, lad, they didn't much appreciate your desertion of them. They saw it as cowardly.
Cowardly?
Yes, and I'm afraid I thought so as well.
You thought so? You? The man who kidnapped my father, who put him on a ship against his will, who put him to death because he didn't dare send up the Captain Flint? That's what I get if you're cowardly. And there! And there!
I can only imagine, Jim. I can only imagine what we would have done together if you were my son. But it's time for you to make a decision. Either you come with us and join up and take your share as a gentleman of fortune, or you walk through that door and you're as free as a bird.
I know what type of deals you make. I saw what you did to Tom Morgan when he said no.
How do you know that? Who told him?
That's right. It's little I care. I've seen too many pairs since I fell in with you. But if there's one thing I'll tell you before I die, it's that you're on a bad route. Your men are lost, the ship's lost, the treasure's lost, your whole business has gone to wreck. If you want to know who did it, it was I! I cut the anchor from the ship and stopped it, and set it sailing away where you'll never find it again. I killed Mr. Hands and stopped it from saving the ship, and I hid the treasure in a place where you'll never find it, not for 1,000 years. So get back to the line of your satin pillows and your 3 musketeer adventures!
You'll die for this!
Avast there, George Mary! I'll teach you who's in charge of this ship.
Wait, no!
George!
So nobody make another move! If anybody makes another move, I'll see the color of your inside before you take another breath! Nobody touches a hair on that boy's head, or you answer to me!
Now this crew has the right to talk, now don't it?
That's right, we claim to step outside for counsel.
Yeah, we don't value getting around the spike. We have to talk about it.
Them's the rules, and you can't deny it.
I deny nothing. Talk is free and liberty is generous. Go! Get out of my sight. Listen here, lad. You're within a half blink of death, or what's worse, torture. Now, they're going to throw me off, that's for sure. But I'll stand by you and you stand by me. And if we go down together.
Why do you think I'd work with the person who killed my father?
Oh, come on.
Oh, you murderer!
Jim.
You scum, Jim! You lying filthy!
Save your father's life! Yes, Flint ordered me to kill your father. But I couldn't, Jim. We were mates. We were friends. I spared your father's life, him and an old dog named Ben Gunn. I killed the other four who would have killed me if I hadn't. But I couldn't kill your father, Jim. We had a bond. You know I tell you the truth, lad. You can see it in the eyes.
Do you think that my father might still be alive?
He's not, Jim. Before we left, he made a break for Flint's ship, and he got cut down. I had helped to pay for Flint, but it was either here or in London, and your father died like a man.
No.
Come on. George, I don't want to do this.
Now here come the crows, and it's now or never. Are you with me, laddie?
I suppose so.
All right. Here, you're gonna want this. Half, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
All right. Get the rope.
George, I can't do this. No, I can't. I'm not doing it. I can't do this, George. You know me. I can't. Shut up, Howard. Got something to the cow.
And Bonnie, the old me. Come closer, I won't eat you. Black spot. Can't say I wasn't expecting this. But what's this on the back? Did you tear this out of a Bible? And the Lord saith unto me, I cannot bear these evil men. Now that's rather apt, ain't it?
That ain't the point.
Yes, but I wouldn't want to be the fool that cut a page out of the Bible. Was it you, Ezekiel?
We need a paper, sir. There's no harm in that.
If you ask me, you're as good as dead.
Trying to scare you. You told me to do it, and I didn't want to. He's lying, and it ain't the point. The point is you've got the spot, John Silver. Now read the part on the back, the part in charcoal.
Deposed. D-E-P-P-O-S-S-E-D. This is your hand, isn't it, George? You've taken a point of leadership in this group. So let me hear your grievances.
I'll speak for the crew.
What a surprise.
First, you made a hash of this here cruise. You'd be a bold man to say no to that. That's right. Second, you let the enemy out of this here trap for nothing. Amen. Third, this is your boy. You've been protecting him like his old mother since he got here.
Hey, what is that about, Ron?
And fourth, we ain't got the treasure, and we ain't got the bloomin' map.
We want the treasure!
Point one, there'd have been no cruise if it weren't for me. And if you waited, like I told you fools, we would have had the treasure on the ship right now, and we would have gotten the map long ago. Point two, we needed the stores on this blockhouse, or we would have starved to death. Point three, this boy is a hostage, you ninny. Do you have no brains? Do you have no sense? And if worse comes to worse and we need a bargaining chip, this boy will be worth his weight in gold. And point four, here.
Back! My gosh, it is the map. Look at it.
Look, there's Flagless Hill.
And the crosses.
And if you have any more doubts about old John Silver, then you can find yourself another captain.
Even if we do find the treasure, how do we get out of here? We don't have a ship.
We find the ship, you codfish, that's how. If the lad cut the hawser, the ship will drift ashore. So we'll search every square inch of this island until we find it. And find it we will, I'll stake my life on it.
3 cheers for Captain Silver. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
No one closed an eye that night as the party prepared for their voyage to the Isle of Treasure. And heaven knows I had matter enough for thought. But more importantly, I thought of my father, and I wept for him.
It's as hot as the hinges of hell out here.
It's called a swamp, you ninny.
Spyglass Hill, 3 trees in a row, bearing 1 point north and north-northeast. Ah, 3 trees in a row.
That ain't them. They'll be bigger than that.
That one's large.
And the other two are little shrubs.
I think it's this way.
Bearing 1 point north and north-northeast.
For the love of Abraham, can't any of you read a map? If you get us close, I'll recognize it.
I'm mighty tired of those dolts and numbskulls.
You'd think he's getting a Siam or something. That's right, I hope he falls down a hole and kills himself with a stake through his heart.
And maybe that contingency could be arranged.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that when the treasure's found and this is all over, we finish him off, once and for all. Jack and Death here will take his arms from behind, Hazard his leg, and Bonnie his head, and I'll cut his throat, as neat as a pie.
I like pie.
That's a good plan. He deserves it if nothing less for dragging us across this horrible island. It's like one big swamp, and once ours gets back to civilization,
What is it? What happened?
It's unnatural.
grotesque, like.
What sort of way is that proposed to lie?
Quick, use the compass and give us a bearing on which way he's pointing.
Bearing 1 point north and north-northeast.
He's a marker, pointing us in the way of the treasure. That was old Flint's idea of a joke.
Thank God he's dead.
We're sure he's dead, right?
We saw him take a knife to the back.
Aye, but if ever a spirit walks, it would be Flint's. He died so bad.
And remember, he only sang one song. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Drink the devil had done the rest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
It's Flint.
It's Flint! Wait a second. Where's Calico Jack?
What?
Calico Jack? Our shipmate?
I just saw him.
He was just right here. I just heard him talking.
Well, he ain't here now.
He's dead.
Dead?
Who's out there?
All hail to the rum, all hail to the drink, those darling grinds up and grinds, up and grinds.
Who's out there?
Well, who's ever out there? You're not gonna be laughing when I get through.
That's
Come
all.
on out! Show yourself! When I find you, I'm gonna... Ah!
God have mercy. He's dead.
Oh, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside clear waters. He restores my soul. You guys can swear all your life. But as for me, I'm getting right out of here.
Wait, you can't. There's something out there. I know what to do. Come here, you.
Hey!
Get back, John. I'll do
Come on,
it.
Harry! Harry!
I'll cut his throat. Stay back. Now, whoever's out there, Larcy, Trelawney, Smollett, show yourselves or I kill the boy. Shut up. I'll give you to the count of 3. 1, 2.
Oh, not you.
Stop it! You left me for dead on this godforsaken island!
Ben, please, he saved my life! You could have killed me.
You condemn me to this land of goats and oysters.
If you'll remember, Ben, I spared your life.
I told you not to listen to Flint.
The good and the bad, Ben. The good and the bad. Sometimes it's hard to separate the two.
Say, have you guys seen or meet Ben Gunn?
Evan? Why, we know each other already. Now ain't we, Ben? Eh? Ha ha! So, we spot him in the jungle, and we, how do you do? And he, how do you do back? Then we buy the safe passage home, and he takes us straight to the treasure.
The treasure?
I dug it up, you see, 4 years ago, and I hid it in the little cave.
Once you see it, Jim.
It's quite remarkable.
Remarkable. That is the word, sir. This is Triumph Unleashed. Now, Olympus acquired. Nay, a paradise unparalleled and better than I've ever dreamed. With rows and rows of gold and silver and trinkets and jewels and rubies, pearls and jade. Ha ha! There was a young lad on the sea, the sea. There was a young lad on the sea. And he dreamed of his lassie, and he dreamed of his home, but mostly he dreamed of the sea, the sea. Mostly he dreamed of the sea. Captain?
It took almost 4 days to load all the treasure onto the ship. I had never seen such riches in my life. Nor, I'm sure, had the kings and queens of Europe, as Ben liked to call them. On the 5th day, we set sail and maneuvered off of the North Inlet. When coming close to the Narrows, we had to stay close to the southern point. It was there we saw the last two pirates, Ezekiel, Hazard, and Bonnie, on a split of sand, raising their arms in supplication. To see them in that wretched state went to all of our hearts that thing, I think. But we just couldn't bring them with us. We couldn't risk another mutiny on our hands. And to bring them home to the hangman would have been a cruel sort of kindness. Mr. Silver was as happy as the day I first met him, without a doubt that he'd be facing the gallows on our return home. Captain Smollett, however, clapped him in irons in a makeshift prison down below deck, fashioned from his old galley. It was there I visited Mr. Silver the day we spotted land.
Well, avast ye, Jim. How neighborly of you to come and visit. And how have you been keeping, eh? Pleased to be getting home, I'll wager.
Yeah, I am. You know, sir, I'm really sorry that you're in here. I begged Captain Smollett not to put you in here.
Don't mention it, lad. Solitude is good for a man. Allows him to think, contemplate, dream about his future, and dwell upon his past sins and virtue. Well, sit down. Tell me his stories of the world outside of this prison cell. For God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and tell stories of the deaths of kings. For within that hollow crown which rounds about the mortal temples of a king, keeps death his court.
And there the antic sits, scoffing at his state, grinning at his pomp.
As if this crown which rounds about our lives
Were grass and pregnant.
Very good, Jim. I'm proud of you.
I just don't get it. How could you be so happy at a time like this? You could face the gallows.
That I could, but I could also be let off early for good behavior and given a pat on the head. It's all a part of the fun, Jim. It's all a part of life's rich tapestry. Oh, come on, Jim. Always look to the front, never to the back. It slows you down.
I have a present for you.
A present? Great. Me favorite national holiday is me birthday. Jim, you shouldn't have. You could get in a lot of trouble for this, you know. You could go to jail.
Yeah, I could, but that would just be part of my rich tapestry, eh?
Oh, Jim. Well, now that you're doing this, you wouldn't think, you wouldn't think you could give me a little piece of that fortune, would you? It's not for myself, mind. It's just that I know the type of effect that amount of capital can have on a young boy like you.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Jim, what a son you would have made.
Coming in the port. All hands on deck.
I better go, lad. Take care of yourself.
Wait, don't forget Captain Flynn.
He's yours now, Jim, to remember me by.
That was the last time I ever saw the seafaring man with one leg that Billy Bones first warned me of. I still think of him now, proud, sailing his own ship on the open seas. I look back and think about all that he taught me, I remember about my adventures on Treasure Island, and how I'll never forget them, and that they'll always be a part of my life for as long as I live.